guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm here alone today, so that means we are doing another episode of Baking with Ellabeth. So we are making waffles. I have never made waffles before in my life. My mom has made waffles from a different website, but we wanted to try something new, which is kind of risky. The recipe is from Paleo Running Mama. Her website will be linked down below in the description. So let's try to make some waffles. Woo! Okay, so first we are going to be adding 2.5 cups of almond flour to the mixing bowl. I have a beautiful round gray bowl right here, and then 1/2 cup of tapioca flour, and then while you're at it, add a teaspoon of salt. We are using Himalayan salt in right now. Okay, now we will be adding 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Yes, powder. So I had to make this myself. We made a big batch of it, as you can see by the little jar that I'm showing you right now, but it is just half cream of tartar and half baking powder. We are just going to mix to combine. We're just going to stir all the dry ingredients together, start getting ready our wet ingredients. We'll stir these together, then I'll set this aside and bring another gray bowl over. But aren't these bowls just beautiful, guys? We'll be cracking 6 eggs into our bowl here. They do have to be room temperature because you do not want the coconut oil that we will be adding in a few minutes to solidify, because that is never fun. So just make sure that they are at room temperature. Now we're going to add 4 tablespoons of maple syrup just to give it some taste. And next, a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we'll be adding a cup of coconut milk. Full fat, I definitely recommend because it just makes them thicker and creamier and all that good stuff. Then we'll be adding our coconut oil. So I do recommend whisking when you add it, just to, temper everything, because you do not want your coconut oil, as I mentioned earlier, to solidify. It's never fun, it just doesn't work out. So I will whisk all of these ingredients together, and yes, you do want to start heating up your waffle iron to its instructions. This is a step that I almost forgot to do, so definitely do that. Now we will be adding our wet ingredients into our dry. I just dumped them in, scraped out the bowl with my whisk, trying to get every last bit of the wet ingredients into the dry, and then I just whisk together. It does take a little bit of force, and in the end I did end up with a pretty thick batter, so I added a few more tablespoons of coconut milk, and it worked out fine. As you can see, it is quite thick. Okay, now the fun part. I use ghee to lightly coat my griddle. You can see that on the first time I got way too much, and the first batch came out way too oily, so definitely use less than what I did. You see, I have a struggle trying to layer on all that oil. Anyways, so what I use to dump the batter into the molds, I use 1/3 cup with like a centimeter under. The first batch, I got way too full. So you definitely want to use a little bit under 1/3 cup for our waffle iron. But we will let these cook. We usually let them cook until the steam no longer comes out the back. So that's when we kind of know when they're done. Okay, you see that the steam has dramatically subsided. I open it up, and then you got beautiful waffles. So the first time I'm making waffles right here, you see I have a struggle trying to get them out, and I'm freaking out, trying not to break them very tentatively. I have a baking sheet with a iron grid on in the back there, which I'm just laying them on. That's what I'll do for the rest of the batch. I did double this, so keep in mind that this is a doubled recipe, and you will have to use less ingredients if you make them a single, because we just have a large family. You'll see that I finished taking all these waffles out with people snatching little bits, but they are, as the kids say, very good.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe
these waffles were
amazing.
and we really recommend the recipe. It will be linked
Down below in the description.
Yeah, so
And also, if you
And also, if you make them, don't heat your waffle mixer up too high or it might explode.
Well,
See you guys next time on
With
2 Words Mix the 2 One.